It is already March, although there are not many new smartphones launching in the first quarter of this year, but there are already many new smartphones that come with the best specifications to choose from. That's why this time we will discuss the recommendations for March 2025 cell phones that you can choose from. Oppo Find N5 comes with an 8.12-inch foldable LTPO OLED display that supports 1 billion colors, Dolby Vision HDR10+, and 120 Hz refresh rate, providing a sharp and responsive display with a peak brightness of up to 2,100 nits. When folded, the exterior sports a 6.62-inch LTPO OLED-type cover screen with nanocrystal glass protection. In the camera sector, the device sports a triple rear camera system consisting of a 50-megapixel main sensor with OIS, a 50-megapixel telephoto periscope lens with 3 times optical zoom, and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens with a 116-degree viewing angle. Meanwhile, the front camera and the camera on the cover screen each have 8-megapixel resolutions with HDR features and 4K at 30 frames per second video recording capabilities. In terms of performance, the device is powered by a Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, 3-nanometer fabrication, 7-core processor, as well as UFS 4.0 internal memory options of up to 1 terabyte and 16 gigabytes of RAM. Oppo equips this phone with a 5,600 mAh battery, equipped with 80-watt wired charging technology and 50-watt wireless charging for efficient charging. From the aspect of external appearance, this phone presents several elegant color variants, namely Cosmic Black, Misty White, and Dusk Purple, complete with a choice of glass or eco-leather material on the back to suit the tastes of users. The price of Oppo Find N5 starts from $1,502. This smartphone uses a 6.78-inch OLED LTPO panel, capable of displaying up to 1 billion colors, supported by a refresh rate of 120 Hz and a peak brightness level of 6,000 nits. This makes viewing content much smoother and clearer, plus crystal armor glass protection to add durability to the screen. In terms of performance, the Realme Neo 7 SE is powered by a MediaTek Dimensity 8 4000 Max chipset, 4-nanometer fabrication, with an octa-core CPU and Mali G720 GPU, providing a fast and efficient usage experience. The device is powered by a 7,000 mAh silicon-carbon Li-ion-based battery that supports 80-watt fast charging, enabling 50% charging in just 23 minutes. In the rear camera sector, the Realme Neo 7 SE sports a dual camera consisting of a 50-megapixel main lens with OIS, as well as an 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens with a 112-degree viewing angle. For selfies, there is a 16-megapixel front camera. The battery life is also quite impressive, thanks to a capacity of 7,000 mAh complete with 80-watt fast charging technology, which is claimed to be able to charge 50% of the power in just 23 minutes. This phone is available in blue, white, and black color variants, combined with a body that has IP68 or IP69 certification that is water and dust resistant. The price of the Realme Neo 7 SE starts from $239. The Asus Zenfone 12 Ultra relies on a 6.78-inch LTPO AMOLED display that supports a 144 Hz refresh rate, HDR10 support, and a peak brightness of 2,500 nits. With a resolution of 1080 by 2400 pixels, the phone is protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2 and has a screen-to-body ratio of around 88%. In the photography sector, the Zenfone 12 Ultra offers 3 rear cameras: a 50-megapixel main lens with OIS gimbal, a 32-megapixel telephoto lens, 3 times optical zoom, and a 13-megapixel ultra-wide. This combination is capable of recording videos up to 8K at 24 frames per second, supported by features such as HDR, 10+, and Gyro EIS. For selfies, there is a 32-megapixel front camera that also supports 1080p at 30 frames per second recording. In the power kitchen, the Zenfone 12 Ultra is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, 3nm fabrication, with an octa-core CPU and Adreno 830 GPU that ensures maximum performance for multitasking and gaming. The battery has a capacity of 5,500 mAh and supports 65-watt wired fast charging that can fully charge in 39 minutes, as well as 15-watt wireless and 10-watt reverse wired charging. Asus presents attractive color options, namely ebony black, sakura white, and sage green. Asus Zenfone 12 Ultra price starts from $1,140. The Samsung Galaxy A065G comes with a 6.7-inch PLS LCD display that supports a 90 Hz refresh rate, providing a fairly smooth display in everyday use. The resolution is 720 by 1600 pixels with a 20:9 ratio, which results in a density of about 262 pixels per inch. For photography, the Galaxy A065G features a dual rear camera consisting of a 50-megapixel main lens and a 2-megapixel depth lens with an LED flash to help with lighting. Meanwhile, the 8-megapixel front camera allows for fairly sharp selfies and supports video recording. The Samsung Galaxy A065G is powered by a MediaTek Dimensity 6300 chipset 6nm fabrication, which is combined with up to 6 GB of RAM and up to 128 GB of ROM. The battery capacity is 5,000 mAh with 25-watt wired fast charging support, ensuring optimal endurance. The device is available in 3 color options, namely black, gray, and light green. The price of the Samsung Galaxy A065G starts at $98. In terms of photography, the phone sports a 200-megapixel triple main camera with multi-directional OIS and PDAF, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 2-megapixel macro camera. Meanwhile, the front camera is 20 megapixels with HDR support and video recording up to 1080p at 60 frames per second. While the screen uses a 6.67-inch AMOLED panel, 120 Hz refresh rate, HDR 10+, and Dolby Vision that produces a sharp display with a peak brightness of up to 3,000 nits. The resolution is 1220 by 2712 pixels with a density of about 446 pixels per inch and is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 for better durability. Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G is powered by Snapdragon 7S Gen 3, 4nm fabrication. The phone has an octa-core CPU and Adreno 710 GPU, 940 MHz, which is supported by RAM options up to 12 GB and internal storage capacity up to 512 GB, offering stable performance for various needs. The battery capacity is 5,110 mAh, with support for 120-watt wired fast charging, and is available in 3 charming color choices, namely lavender purple, frost blue, and midnight black, adding an elegant impression to the design of the phone that has been protected with an IP68 waterproof rating. The price of Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G starts from $331.